viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Working on a 2010 Ford F150. It's got a 5.4 liter, and it also has some code stored in it, and it pops across the dash to check the fuel fill inlet, A.K.A. the gas cap, but this is the capless system, so I guess they refer to it as a fuel fill inlet. In either case, these are the codes that are stored in it, your classic P0457, which essentially is a fuel cap loose or off or a large leak code. I haven't even had the vehicle up in here. I did diagnose it. I'm going to show you how to go about that. So it'll be kind of like a free tip Friday because it's Friday. I'll show you what I do, what my thought process was, how I got where I was at in a matter of just a couple of minutes to determine what's wrong. First thing first, I started the engine. I did monitor the fuel tank pressure. So you can see it here on the screen. What's it sitting at? About 0.36 inches of water, so basically atmospheric pressure, and that's what I wanted to see. So your fuel tank pressure sensor is going to be the big key player in saying, you know, is the gas cap off? I have not looked up code setting criteria for this, but most manufacturers that are going to check for fuel cap status are going to quickly draw a vacuum on the system, seal it off, see if it holds for a given period of time. And then if it doesn't, or it doesn't build, you know, a negative pressure, then it's going to assume at that point you either have a massive leak or, you know, the gas cap's missing. So what I like to do, regardless of how big the leak is, let's say the gas cap is off, if we command a purge solenoid on to start pulling a vacuum on the tank and the gas cap's completely off, it still goes into some sort of vacuum. So that's usually my first step. And that's where I'm at right now. I have the purge solenoid pulled up here, and I'm going to command it on 100%. So this is, on this car, I mean, it's like a 3/8 inch vacuum hose running to the tank. The engine, first of all, should start to change tone as it's going to get super rich. We'll command this all the way up. It's a little slow to respond. 93.59%, and there we are at 100% duty cycle. Theoretically, we have a 3/8 line, vacuum line off the intake manifold wide open to the charcoal canister, which, you know, in turn is hooked to the fuel tank. So the engine should be not really laboring, but you should hear it chuckle a little bit at first as it gets, you know, completely swamped with fuel vapors. And most importantly, we should see our fuel vapor in the tank, our pressure should change, and indeed it's not. So when I first saw that, I said, whoa, stop right there, fella. One of two problems: either one, your scan tool is garbage and the bidirectional control is not functioning, which is always a possibility, I don't care who makes it. Or two, we have a plugged vacuum line, a missing vacuum line on the fuel canister, or our purge solenoid is just junk. The most likely cause out of all of those situations is either A, scan tool, or B, purge valve, so let's make sure the purge solenoid works. Now on this truck, with the big 4.6, it is conveniently located right at the back of the intake, so you'll see a vacuum hose that runs off here that goes back to the purge solenoid back there. You do have to come up and give it the classic reach around with both hands, hugging the engine. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt so I don't get my shirt strings tied up into the belt. Make a great video, but it's Friday. So what I'm going to do is go back there, unplug it. We're going to use our little 250 milliamp test light. At 100% duty cycle, this light should be on steady. So we'll give it the reach around. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'll turn down this light. Ouch! Man, those needles are handy, but they go in your hand. So we'll come back here. I'm just going to go across both terminals. Very lightly. Come on, little guy. You guys see that? So that tells us that our scan tool is functioning. The gonna stay. Hey, look at that, it stayed. Wow. So if we take and reduce this in duty cycle, if we drop it down, you should start to see it flicker. We'll get down here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that with the refresh rate on the camera. I'll kick her back a few pegs. If anything, you'll be able to see the light dim. And right there, we're down to 29.99%. Now I'll slowly increase back up to 100, but in either case, it's irrelevant. You know, we saw it at the 100% duty cycle, bright light. ECM has control of it. It has the ability to work. The scan tool works. So we know electrically it functions. So step 2, now that we know it functions electrically, we unhook the vacuum hose from it, and which the vacuum hose is already unhooked, you big dummy, because I've already had it unhooked. And with this thing plugged in, there should be, right now, full manifold vacuum at the back of it, which there's not. And I wanted to save this part for the on camera. Let me get some kind of striking apparatus here. We'll use a 4-inch, half-inch extension. Sometimes you give these a whack, they'll start working again. Hey there. Come back here. There she goes. Did you hear it? Just give her a little whack. And what we'll do, I'll focus you in on the scan. So actually, let's shut this little guy back off. Oop, now she's back there pumping. Let's just make sure it works again. That way we can plug the hose and I can show you what the fuel tank pressure should look like. Now she's stuck again. I just commanded it 50%. Let me give it a hit so I can plug that vacuum hose back in. There she goes. Now she's pumping away. So we'll shut that back off. Alright, so the hose is plugged back in. We'll go back into our test here. We do want some data. Want some EVAP pressure, fuel tank pressure. That's good enough. I'll zoom you in. Whoa! Alright, so you're zoomed in. There's our fuel tank pressure. That should drop rapidly once we start to increase the duty cycle. The engine is probably not going to be happy with us. Oh, hey, look at that. It's working right now. So you see that? You see how it's dropping? Engine's starting to chuggle even at 50%. Then we'll go back. And it should go back to atmospheric pressure because the canister vent is not closed. It doesn't have the ability to hold pressure, but that's what it looks like when it functions. This truck needs a purge solenoid. Game over. So that's it, folks. If you get this code on your F150, don't go willy-nilly and start messing with your capless system, you know, until you check to make sure that it has the ability to pull a vacuum on the tank. You know, again, that's one of the key players. That's how it's going to check itself. And it's also pretty failure prone. If it doesn't have the ability to pull a vacuum and see if, you know, the tank can seal, it just assumes. It has no idea if that purge is working or not. Electrically it is. The circuit's complete. The ECM sees it's functioning. It's, you know, no open circuits. I don't know if we set a purge solenoid code by unplugging it. Perhaps it doesn't even monitor it. I would assume it does. We'll see here. Uno momento. But theoretically, I mean, if she had a little extension, she could just come out, whack that baby a couple times a day, or we could send it to Ivan and he could spray it WD-40. But we'll just buy a new purge solenoid, and then if there's any problems after that, we'll address them. I don't think there will be. Come on, Altel. I've got to tell you, on the newer Fords, the Altel is very, very slow in the communication department. That's the only thing I've noticed. Both of my Altels are exactly the same. They're very slow to ID the vehicle, very slow to pull codes, slow to get in data lists. Once you get there, it seems to work, but here we are. So that's interesting. It threw a exhaust oxygen sensor right upstream heater circuit malfunction, a PO130. I'm not buying that. Very interesting. What would that have to do with the price of tea in China? Well, I'll look into that a little bit more. In the meantime, go down, click subscribe, ring the bell, all that business. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.